everybody and God bless. So I had a dream, I think it was a couple days ago, I don't know what day, but I plan to put the date up. And first of all, if you hear anything in the background, it is Sabbath today. First, I just want to explain something really quickly. Please go and watch another dream that I had, and I talk about how there was a separate voice that was trying to talk to me that made it sound like it was my voice, but I knew it wasn't my voice. So for the sake of confusion in this dream, I plan to just call it the other voice. Okay, just don't forget that the other voice was supposed to act like it was me. Okay, so to the dream, there was this guy who I went to school with in real life. In real life, he bullied me really badly for like 2 years straight, and then it finally stopped when he graduated. He was a year above me. So in the dream, I saw him, and this other voice was trying to like, oh, look at him, look how he's looking at you, he like you and all this stuff, and trying to get me to get upset about what he did, and trying to get me to make him jealous about wanting me when he couldn't have me. And because in the dream I knew I had improved, like my thoughts were I improved, I looked a lot better, and that's what I was thinking about myself. Like I look better, and I'm happy, I'm confident in where I am, I'm feel better about myself. And so this other voice was trying to convince me to get like upset and try to make him jealous, and I literally was replying back to the other voice like, no, I don't care. And then the scene switched after I said that. I was like, I don't care. Like, no, he can look, but he can't touch. I don't care. The scene switched, and I was now with these group of girls. And there's a little part of it that I can barely remember. And I think we were walking like outside. I think that's what it was. It was dark time outside. And then we had walked into this building, and it was like a talent show type building, and the lights were candles, and there's candles all over the place. And then we were going to go sit down somewhere in the place, and it was like a whole lot of candles, like all stacked, and I was checking out these candles. Like I was looking all around them, I wasn't touching them, I was just like looking like that. And one of the girls who was with me, she like was sarcastic, joking, and she was like, what, you looking at them to see if they got something wrong with them or something like that? And I looked at her and I was like, yes, I'm not gonna sit in front of no Catholic death candles, like I need to make sure these are safe. And she was not happy with that. So then the scene switched up a little bit. The candles weren't there anymore, and now it's just her and I talking, and she was telling me about how everybody was going up there singing and dancing and all this stuff. And she was like, you can sing whatever you want, you can dance at whatever you want, trying to like convince me to do like worldly music or whatever. And I just went, in my head I was thinking to myself, oh yeah, I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna worship the Lord. I'm gonna sing something that's gonna praise Jesus. And I was getting so happy, like a kid in a candy store. Seriously, I was so happy. And I was just like, I'm gonna sing and I'm gonna praise God, I'm gonna praise Jesus. And I was so happy. And I was thinking about the lyrics, and in the lyrics it was gonna say Jesus. I could literally visually see the lyrics, and I saw the name Jesus in my lyrics that I was gonna go up there singing. I was practicing. I wasn't even looking at her. I was just like looking up like, yeah, I'm gonna sing, I'm gonna do this, Yeah. And then when I looked at her, she was not happy. Okay, it was crazy because I was thinking all of this, but yet she knew what I was thinking. And she looked at me with this disgusting, evil look, like how dare you? And I was just like, I'm gonna go up there and praise the Lord. I'm not even lying. Like I looked at her like that and just kept on like, I'm gonna just go praise God. And then all of a sudden the scene jumped. It was now the next day. I had a knowing it was the next day, and I had a knowing that it was graduation day, and it was a day that we were supposed to graduate for school. First thing that happened was we was getting ready, and it was me and my sister. We were getting ready. For some odd reason, we're 10 years apart, but for some odd reason we went to the same school, and I knew it was a high school. And so we were getting ready, and she had got ready before me, and I got into the shower. And while I was showering, before I got into the shower, for some reason the days before we had to share her bathroom. Like she had her own bathroom, we had to share it. And then in this time, for this day, my bathroom, I think it was being like upgraded or something, we were not able to share my bathroom. So that's weird that we were both sharing my bathroom. So why didn't we just separate? But I don't know. But now we're sharing my bathroom in the dream. The bathroom was super white. It was a white bathroom, and she had a toothbrush in the shower. And this other voice was like, didn't you tell her not to brush her teeth in the bathroom and while she's taking a shower? And just a quick bathroom, yes, in real life I did tell her to not brush her teeth while she's taking a shower, not only because of the things that are going on with the water, but also because I told her that she can do that when she's out of the shower, so that way I can come into the bathroom and we can, because we have 2 sinks, so that way when she's brushing her teeth I can also get ready at the same time and I'm not waiting on her in the shower. So in the dream, it was supposed to remind me of that and was like, didn't you tell her not to do it, to try and get me upset with her? And so I replied back to this other voice like, I'm not gonna get upset with her over that. Like, first of all, she got out of the shower, like, she's done getting ready. I'm now the only one getting ready. She's doing whatever. Second of all, this is actually really cool. I literally was just like, this is really cool, because it was like stuck to the wall somehow, and it was a really cool toothbrush, and I was just like staring at it like, oh, that's really cool. And I was just like, I'm not gonna get upset about that. Then the scene jumped, and now my mom, apparently she had made breakfast, and she came out and she was like, I made breakfast and all this stuff, and like she was trying to be in the way. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, she was in the doorway, she was all in my bed and everything like that. And this other voice was just like, look at her, she's all in your way and she made you breakfast. Doesn't she know that you're late? Doesn't she know all this stuff and she's gonna make you later? And I replied back to the voice like, she's not in my way, I'm fine, I can still get dressed, it is what it is. Like, I literally was a chill. I was like, it is what it is. Now, I was upset with the fact that we were late, but I wasn't upset with anybody. I wasn't even upset with myself. I was just like, man, we are late, like, we're late. But I wasn't upset with anybody. This other voice was trying to get me to be upset with people. And so, also, correction, I'm not going to say my mom, I'm going to say a look-alike of my mom, because in the dream this other lady had my mom's face and she was fat and her hair was like cuckoo. So this lady and look-alike, mom look-alike, I don't know, but she, fashion police need to get her, because anyways, so she was just laying in my bed watching TV and all this stuff, trying to like distract me, trying to slow me down. And I literally, the entire time as I'm getting ready, my main focus was the graduation. I was like, I have to get to the graduation. I'm not gonna stop for anybody. I gotta get ready for graduation. And so then my sister and I were done getting ready, and then we were leaving, and as we're leaving I see the pancakes. Apparently the mom lookalike made pancakes, and she had made chocolate chip pancakes. And this other voice was just like, doesn't she know that you don't like chocolate chip pancakes? And Sky doesn't like chocolate chip pancakes, so why would she waste her time doing this? This is messed up. She doesn't know y'all. And I thought to myself, like, I replied back to the thought like, so I literally was just like, I don't even know how to say like anything to that. Like, what? So like, she made chocolate chip pancakes, they're gonna go to waste. Like, I'm not gonna get upset about that. But then I saw there was also regular pancakes, and I thought to myself, because she had suggested, she didn't tell us to go eat the pancakes, but she was like, she suggested like, you guys should eat them. And I literally sat there and I thought for a split second, I was like, I can warm these up for a minute and then we can eat them on the road. And when I thought that, because they were on top of the stove, and the stove has a clock, and so I saw the clock and it said 3 o'clock, and I had a knowing that our classes started at 3 o'clock. But I was like, graduation, I was like, class started at 3 o'clock. Graduation is supposed to be after school. I was like, we literally don't have time for this, we have to go. So then we left, and my car was in the garage, and it was like over to the side, so I had to, like, here's the garage, and like here's like the wall of the garage. My car was over there, so I had to drive outward diagonally out of the garage, and I couldn't because there was a bike in the way. And so here comes this other little voice, oh my goodness, this bike is in your way. And I was just like, okay, I'm gonna just move it. And I still didn't get upset. And then the scene glitched, and then all of a sudden the bike was out of my way, and now my uncle was in a car right behind where I needed to drive out of. And I thought to myself, because here comes this little voice again, oh my goodness, he's all in your way, you should go out there and go yell at him, doesn't he know you trying to get out? I replied, I'm gonna just ask him to move. There's no reason to get upset about that. He probably didn't see me. Whatever. Like, I was just like I said, yes, I was upset about the fact that we were late, but every single time this little voice talks to me, I was just like, whatever. So then when I thought that, the scene glitched, and then all of a sudden there was a cop car, and it was like the garage in my dream was a 2 garage thing, so there was a way for 2 cars to park side by side. So on the other side, not directly behind me where I need to drive out of, but on the other side, there was a cop car parked there. And then I also saw in the distance my uncle was now driving to the house. So I had a knowing that there was going to be drama going on in the house, and I needed to drive out. I need to get to my graduation. And I said to myself, I know my mom's going to get upset, or that other lady going to get upset about all this drama going on, but I literally have a graduation I need to get to, and I'm not going to be late for it, or like I'm not going to miss it, okay? Because I was already late, but I was like, I'm not going to miss it. And all of a sudden, again, the scene glitched, and my uncle was now at the house outside of the car. The cop car was empty. It was glitching a lot over there, because I was just like, no. And then I drove. My sister is now in the passenger seat, and I'm driving, and I had to pick up 3 of her friends. So one of her friends was a boy, and I picked him up, and he had said something disrespectful to me, and I looked him in his face and I said, don't talk to me like that. I didn't say that word for word. I don't know what I said to him, but in summary, I was like, don't talk to me like that, don't say that, or whatever. And he still had his little attitude, but he was quiet. So he sat down, and then I drove forward, and then as I'm driving, the scene glitched, and now I had a little girl in my car. And I say little because these kids look like they were like 6, 7, or 8, maybe 10. Yeah, maybe like 10. A little longer than that, maybe 10. So I just knew they were younger than my sister. So then I drive forward, and then I picked up another girl, and all of a sudden my car had changed, and it looked like on the inside it looked like a bus. So the way she got in was like in front of, like, my sister was still sitting where she was sitting, but it's like she climbed in front of my sister and then went into the back, and I was just like, that's weird. But as she's getting in, she said something disrespectful, so I corrected her. And then the boy was like, what did she just say? And the girl said to him, she lied to him. She straight up lied in front of me. I'm still appalled. The fact that I got lied to in my face. Like, I'm right here. And I was just in shock. And I was like, wait, what did you just tell him? And she stuck with the lie. Like, I'm sitting right here. Maybe she didn't think I was gonna defend myself or tell the truth, but no. And I said to her, and I looked her in her face, and I said, oh, you a liar. I said, you're a liar. And I literally stopped in the middle of the road, in the middle of driving, and kicked her out of my car. I said, you're a liar. You will not be in my car if you're a liar. That's how I worded it. I was like, you are a liar, and you will not. I was like, I don't do liars. I'm pretty sure that's what I said. About that's how I talk, so I wouldn't be surprised if I said that, but I don't do liars. So she got out, and then as we drove forward, I saw the other 2 walking now. So it's like a fast forward for me seeing them. And then I saw a quick vision of everybody just walking, because apparently I guess I kicked them out the car too, because they were also starting to get mouthy, especially once I kicked her out, because they were just like, you're gonna kick her out like that? So I don't know what happened, but in my driving, they ended up getting kicked out the car too. So then I saw them all walking, and here comes this other voice like, oh my goodness, you're just gonna kick those little kids out the car? And I replied, yes. They was disrespectful. I don't do that. That's not okay. And they need to get out. I told the boy not to talk that way. I told the girl, and I gave them these verbal warnings, and they still just gonna disrespect me like that in my car? No. And I wasn't upset. I was just very authoritative. No, not happening. And so the voice comes out again. Well, if your mom finds out, she's gonna get so upset. And I thought to myself, but my mom's also kicked a kid out of her car before. That was being disrespectful to her. So that's what I told this little voice. I was like, my mom's kicked somebody out of her car before, so she would understand. And then the voice was like, yeah, but she went back and got her. And that's when I had an instant knowing that mom that was in that house wasn't my mom. Because I replied back to the voice and I said, no, she did not go back for that kid. Or that girl. I don't know how old she was, but it was like, she did not go back for that girl. The girl was being disrespectful. She did not go back for her. And that's when the voice was quiet. So I forgot to mention, as I was getting ready in the house, this voice, or yeah, this voice was telling me to, if I got there on time to the high school, to park at a certain place, so that way when I come out, I would look beautiful and everybody would look at me and give me attention. And I never replied back to the voice when it was telling me that, and it was showing me parking in an area where everybody else see me when I come out the car. So when I got there, I was like, well, I'm late. And then here comes this voice again. Oh man, now you won't be able to park there. Now nobody's going to see you, trying to get me upset. And so I was able to actually park in the parking lot, because that park before where it wanted me to park was along the entrance way. I guess there was a sidewalk, and it was along the sidewalk. So I had to park in the parking lot, in the middle of the parking lot, like surrounded by other cars, so nobody's going to see me. And here comes this little voice trying to get me to be all prideful. And I literally replied back, and I was like, I really don't care. Honestly, I'm so much happier. Like, I don't want anybody seeing me. I'm fine. Like, I people see me or they don't. That's not, I don't care. I'm actually happy that I made it. I'm happy that I'm here. And I had it knowing that I was late for first hour, or I was going to miss first hour altogether, but I had it knowing that I was going to be there for second hour. And then as the scene had jumped and skipped, and now my sister, I don't know where she was, but I was now actually in the building on my way to my first hour class, or my second hour class, one of my classes. Ooh, I just remembered. So in real life, in high school, where I was heading in this dream is the same place that I would go to one of the meanest teachers I have ever had, ever. But I really loved that subject. It was really fun. So yeah, I think that's significant because I was heading towards that class, and that teacher in real life has a rule. If you are late, it doesn't matter. As soon as that bell rung, you are not there. Like, you are considered absent. So anytime I was late for her class, I was like, oh, I'm just not going, because she was already gonna mark you absent. And in order to get that absent off, you would have to show up, I think, during lunch period or a free period class or something like that. One of her free period classes, not one of yours. So you would have to miss one of your classes in order to make it up for hers. So I don't know. I'm not sure if it was lunch or whatever, but you have to show up to make it up. So that's significant because in the dream, I was headed towards her class. And this other voice was just like, oh, you're late and all this stuff, and she's going to be mad at you. And I literally replied and I said, but at least I'm here. And I'm going to be there on time for second hour. I'm not going to get upset. You know, if she yells at me, I'm honestly not going to sit here, because I think it was trying to get me to have a what if scenario. Like, what if she yells at you? What are you going to say back? I literally was just like, I'm not going to sit here and have a what if scenario with this other voice. And that was the end of the dream, and that was everything. So the first test, obviously, with the dude, it was a prideful test to see if I would be prideful and see if I would try to make him jealous, try to get him to lust after me. I assume I passed it, since it just skipped through and that was done. And then the second test with the candles, you know, imagery and everything like that, and being surrounded by all of these other people, would I still stick with what I believe, or would I just fit in with the crowd and sit down? And it was just like, no, I'm not gonna accidentally curse myself just to make y'all happy. Nah. So then obviously the third test was to see if I would fall into the world, and I was like, nah, sister, we about to worship the Lord. Anyways, and then it skipped to see if I would get mad at my sister, to see if I would get upset with her. And I was just like, no, I'm not gonna get upset with her over this. Like, this is so stupid and so little. Like, I'm not gonna get upset about it. And yeah, even though I was just like, well, she got out fast and all this stuff, it was like, even if she didn't get out fast, that's how I was in a dream. I was just like, I'm literally not gonna get upset with my sister over this. And then the next one, seeing if I would get upset with my mom being all on my way. And I was like, no, see if I would get upset with my mom making the wrong kind of pancakes. But anyway, so I was just trying to see if I would get upset about that, trying to see if I would get upset about the bicycle being in my way, making me even later. And I'm like, it's just a bike, all I gotta do is just move it over. I didn't kick it or anything like that. I literally just went over there and picked it up very gently and was just about to put it down, but then the scene switched up. And then the other test was see if I would get mad at my uncle for being in my way. And I was just like, no, I'm just going to tell him to move out the way. And the other test after that was to see if I would get anxious and upset about the cops being there. And that's a huge, big deal, especially in my drive-through, because that did happen to me once. I was in the drive-through and of my house, just pulled up my house. My car was on. I was listening to music. Like, my house, sitting here in my drive-thru. And this cop in real life pulled up, came into my window with his flashlight, because I guess it was night. It was nighttime, but I literally just pulled up. Obviously, I was listening to music, and he was like, "We've had thefts in this area, and we've had people, robbers and stuff like that." And I was just like in shock, and it really scared me because it was just like, it's nighttime. I could have lost my life. Seriously, it's nighttime. Anything could have happened. This cop could have done anything to me, and there's nobody around. My mom's asleep. So literally anything could have happened. My mom could have woke up the next morning to a dead daughter in her drive-thru. So it was really scary for me, especially because I was just like, it's my house. Like, just to have that happen to me, especially because it was just like, I literally said to him, I was like, Mike, I'm listening to music. My car is on. I have lights showing. I'm in the drive-thru. Why would somebody, if you're breaking in somewhere, why would you have all that going on, you know? So it freaked me out. I do forgive him. It's just a very dramatic event that happened in my life. But that's what I believe that this part of that dream was a test for, to see if I would get upset and stuff like that. I think that was a test too. And then also to see if I would be even later for my graduation. Like, I need to graduate, and see if I would go in there and deal with all this drama to stop me. Would I pretty much look back when I'm on my way to my graduation, to see if I would look back and deal with all this drama going on? And I was like, no, I'm not gonna deal with that. And then the next test will be the 3 kids and them being rude and everything like that. And when I had woke up, that part was stuck on, like, it was just like, whoa. When I had said to her, I was like, "You're a liar." I literally was like, "Oh, you're a liar." I remember saying that. I said, "You will not be in my car." And when I woke up, the scripture, "All liars may have their part in the lake of fire," popped in my spirit. And so I plan to put the scripture. It's crazy because we only quote that, but that whole entire, like, it's a verse, and it actually lists the different stuff that will have their part in the lake of fire. That's just the ending of that verse. So I plan to put that up there for you guys. Anyways, so there's that. And then the fact that it was to see if I would, I guess, feel bad because they were kids, you know? And I've had a dream about that, how they will not accept their children go to hell. I've accepted it, okay? These children were wicked and evil. I literally sensed that. When they came in my car, it was just like, y'all look like y'all demons in human form or something. Like, y'all evil. Like, I felt that. I felt it when they came in. There was animosity going on, and I was just like, something ain't right here. And I accepted, okay? So I was like, nah, honey, it was disrespectful and they need to get out. They need to get out. They ain't coming to this graduation. Anyways, so then when I got to school, obviously the next test would be to see if I would be prideful again, see if I would get upset about being late, see if I would be upset because people won't be able to see me. Well, honey, I'll be in the yearbook if you want to see me, but I didn't care. I was like, it's whatever, you know. I gotta park here, we're gonna go in there. And I was so happy, I was ready, I was so happy that I made it. Literally, that's how my thought was. Like, I made it. At least I'm gonna make it to the second class. Like, I'm here, whatever. Like, that's how it was. I was like, at least I'm here. And I don't know if I was like completely missed the first class, but I know for a fact I would be there for second, and I'm pretty sure I was going to be there for half of the first. And that makes me think I would be there for half of the first, just because of the fact that the next test was me being late for class. And I guess to see if I would build that animosity again towards this mean teacher, to see if I would be upset, see if I would have a what if scenario. And I've talked about this before. What if scenarios are definitely satanic. Do not sit down and be like, what if this happens? And if this happens, then I'll say this. If this happens, I'll say that. And if this happens, I'll do that. If your what if scenario, whatever, isn't, if this happens, I'm gonna call on Jesus. I'm just going to pray on Jesus. I'm going to be led by God. I don't even care. I'm not going to sit here and say, if this happens at all. Like, I'm going to just be like, I breathe in, I think of God. I breathe out, I think of God. Whatever happens, happens. That's how we're supposed to think. We're not supposed to be like, what if this happens or what if that happens? We're not supposed to reply back to our what if scenarios. Because when you do that, that is, I don't believe you're talking to God when you have what if scenarios. I don't believe you're even talking to yourself. I believe that you are talking to a demon, as soon as you say up what if scenarios and stuff like that. So definitely rebuke those out of your mind when you have them. But I definitely believe that this was a test for that part, to see if I would have those what if scenarios. And I didn't. I was like, well, I'm here. And it wasn't to say like that's what I'm gonna say to the teacher. It was just that's what I was just replying back to that voice, like, I'm here. I'm not gonna sit here and, you know, think. I'm not even gonna think if she gets upset or not. I'm here. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm here. And I was so happy the entire time. Like, my graduation, that is my main point, getting to that graduation. I'm late, whatever. I can't get a close enough park, whatever. You know, I've got all these people in my way, whatever. I'm making it to that graduation. And that was my biggest thing. And I definitely believe that was the main test, especially as soon as the day started. Because as soon as the day started and I started getting ready, that's what was on my spirit. Like, I got to get to that graduation. And I think that was the main test, to make sure that nothing stopped me. Anger, people in my way, wrong food, bratty kids, mean teacher. Whatever, you know. And that's very important, that, you know, we stay happy, we stay jovial, we, you know, don't get upset. That's the main point, guys. Stay happy, and you have to focus on the Lord. Literally, like, just focus on God. Be like Christ. Be like Jesus. Come on, guys. And keep your walk with God straight. Keep your walk with God. Very important, okay? God bless you all. Have a nice one.